Operation Burning Front is a mid-war Flames of War tournament coming up for us in January. You know what that means. Time to build a new force. This is a Forces Diary, a series of videos where I document building my new force so you guys can all follow along. I haven't done one of these for a while. I'm looking forward to it. So buckle up and let's get started. As I said, Operation Burning Front is a mid-war Flames of War tournament being run in Western Australia in January 2025. Mid-war usually means I trot out my Desert Australians, but that's a defensive force and needs careful handling to use effectively. Careful handling I sort of don't have the skills to pull off. I'm a good reviewer, but a lousy player. However, I do have a late war Soviet list, and I wondered if I could modify that for mid-war. I made a War Diary series about building that force, so check that out if you feel like it. It's a Bagration Soviet list, an IS-2 Guards Heavy Tank Regiment. This consisted of an IS-2 HQ, a company of 3 IS-2s, a company of 3 IS-85s, and a Hero SMG Company. In support, I fielded KV-8 flame tanks, 76mm artillery battery with an OP, a Hero motor rifle company, and a pair of IL-2 Shturmovik attack planes. This worked okay for me. The IS-2s didn't work as I'd hoped, not with rate of fire 1 on the move. The IS-85s were better. The KV-8 flame tanks were my MVP, despite some legendarily poor dice rolling to hit at critical moments. But how could I transform this late war force into a mid-war Red Banner one, and do it without buying or building and painting too many new models? Obviously, the IS-2s have to go. I decided to swap them out for KV-1s. Hopefully Battlefront's not listening, because I plan to use some of the old Zvezda plastic KV-1s I reviewed years ago, just because I already have 2 in my collection and only needed 1 more. Despite Zvezda kits being hard to find these days, I managed to find one online and it's coming in a few weeks. But that's not enough tanks to build a KV-1S Guards Heavy Tank Regiment, so I settled on fielding a mixed tank battalion. So that's 3 KV-1s in the KV-1 Tank Company. I also have some T-34s, 3 unbuilt Battlefront ones from the Nikolay Steel Wall box set, plus 1 from old Zvezda reviews. This list uses T-34 earlies, basically model 1940 and 1941s. These have the small 2-man turret. Luckily my Battlefront T-34s have the optional extra sprue for this, and one of my Zvezda kits is even a model 1940 with the L11 gun. Sweet! That gives me 4 T-34 76 earlies. I'd rather have 1 more for the company, but I don't have any. 4 will have to be enough. I could do Valentines as an alternative, or even M3 Stuarts or T60 Lights, but that's more building and painting than I have time for. I do have a box of Battlefront Valentines I bought and reviewed ages ago tucked away somewhere in my stash. Maybe another day. The Mixed Tank Battalion has an infantry option, a Hero SMG Company. My late war list had SMG infantry too, and that will slide straight into my mid-war list. Plus, these are already built and painted. These were nice plastic figures, and I'm happy with them, so a big tick there. Now on to formation support. I had a pair of ISU 152s left over from my review of Blitz and Pieces The Liberation Chinese language box set, so I built those. Then I realised these are late war only. Damn! I could proxy them in and no one would care, but I want to do it right. A quick stash dive brought up a Zvezda SU-152 which I built, plus I found another one online that's coming. I understand there are probably better and cheaper choices for my force than the SU-152, like the SU-85, which I have models for, But after playing my British for so long, I wanted a big gun that moved and went boom. The Su-152s stay. I toyed with adding Su-76s. I know people love them, and I had 3 Battlefront ones from the Liberation box set, but I don't think I'd get them built and painted in time. Instead, I'll stick with the towed 76mm guns. These are already built, based and painted, but maybe this will be a future expansion I can revisit. Another non-negotiable choice was the KV-8 flame tanks. Whatever they do on the table, flamethrowers hold an opponent's attention like few other units. They're worth their points for distraction value alone. That leaves the IL-2 Shturmoviks. Air power is nice, and they're already painted. That's my 100 points. This mid-war list lacks the hero motor rifle company of my late war list, so fewer infantry. That might hurt me holding objectives, but I want to play a more mobile and aggressive game, so I'll risk it. In mid-war, the KV-1 should do okay. I would like an extra one, but 3 will have to do. Similarly, I'd like at least one more T-34, but lack both appropriate models and points for it. The Su-152s are probably a poor choice, but I want to try them out and see how they go. Maybe I'll swap them for Su-85s if they don't work out. I did find an old open fire boxing of 2 Su-85s at my local hobby store and snaffled them just in case. The KV-8s are old friends, so they're included. Again, that's a lot of points I could be using for a gaggle of armoured cars or something to zoom around a flank, but the KVs are built and painted already. That clinches the deal. While I was at my local hobby shop, I also bagged a Red Banner unit card pack. This will give me all the cards I need if I plan to mix and match later. So where does that leave me? I have 2 KV-1s built already. They need to be undercoated and painted. There's still one more coming to complete the set. I've also built the 3 Battlefront T-34 Model 1941s and dug the Zvezda Model 1940 out of storage. These just need painting. One of the Su-152s is built, with another on the way. Plus I have 2 assembled Su-152s spare that I'll try and fit into the paint queue too. The Shturmovik's 76mm guns, KV flamethrowers and SMG infantry are all painted and ready to play right now. Depending on how long the purchased kits take to come from overseas, I should be able to pull this off. The Soviet vehicles are single-colour camouflage schemes, so that's in my favour. Anyway, that wraps up this first Force Diary episode for my mid-war Soviets for Operation Burning Front. Tomorrow I plan to wash the assembled kits ready for undercoating and painting. As this progresses, I'll try and document the progress. If you have any comments or suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.